Jeremy Taylor. Are you undressed? You are? It must be Wednesday night then. Yes. Welcome to Wednesday Night Undressed, the podcast that reaches into the wobbly parts of the podcast Dare and Venture. And we don't claim to look at things scientifically, but we do definitely have all the answers to everything that you ever need to know in life. And let me introduce our eclectic team tonight. I have to get ready for this.
You need to lay off the heroin.
Kathleen is with us.
Hello.
Joshleen is with us.
Howdy.
Kayleen is back with us.
Why are we
Louie-Leen is back with us.
No
Evo-Leen is back with us.
Hao.
And I'm Jeremy-Leen, yes.
What about Jolene?
And Jolene.
Oh, that's a song.
Jolene.
Sounds much better than Marlene. Marlene just wouldn't have worked, you know?
Your beauty
Dog
is beyond
howling.
compare.
Oh. So, I thought you were going to pour beer all over my,
Eva, do you
my
remember
script.
Doreen?
Doreen. We had an accountant in our company whose name was Doreen.
Lord.
I remade the song to Doreen.
Yes.
Well, how did it go? I've heard Doreen.
Oh.
Please don't share my SSN or something. It was something stupid.
She may be listening to this. So, and of course, Neil and Eric are producing and manipulating of pedals and wheels and all the sorts of things that they do. List of topics here we've got. The first one that comes up: if a time machine existed that would let you temporarily travel to any time in the future, what would you like to see? Yes. Let you travel to any time in the future, what would you like to see? Let's start with Josh.
So there is a backstory to this question.
Uh-oh.
There's a theory out there that they're close to finding time travel. But when they figure out the machine, is that you can only go back to when the machine was created. So you can't go back any further than that. So for us in the present, if it's created tomorrow, we can only go to the future.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the question is.
But my
But
great-great-grandson...
the theory is, so you can't get in there and go back. So the question is about going to the future.
Oh, okay.
Because we wouldn't be able to do anything else if it was created tomorrow.
But if the machine was created today and you could go to the future, can you come back to today?
Yes, but you can't go past.
Today.
You couldn't
Today.
go. Yeah.
You
to
couldn't go
see your,
yesterday.
Yeah, your grandparents.
Or
whatever.
kill baby Hitler, yeah.
Right.
Out of
Makes
the
the
question.
discussion. So it doesn't matter.
So
Oh my God, that's a horrible name, baby Hitler. Oh my God.
I mean, Hitler
That was
was
a
a
good
baby
name
at
for-
one time, right?
That cat that you were talking about earlier. Baby
My cat?
Hitler. Yeah.
Her
From your
name is
discussion.
Tippy.
Hitler Hito?
Not baby Hitler.
No. She has
baby Hitler!
That's a new song.
We've got to go down. I think it needs to go
Okay,
down.
makes
sense.
My baby,
Baby
Hitler.
but-
Yeah.
But where in the future do you
Okay.
want to go?
So where would you go?
About 1 million years,
Why a million years?
because I like 1 million.
Do you think
Right, like
dinosaurs
1
will come
million.
back in 1 million years?
We can only hope.
Right.
And to see where we are and what we're doing, and if we've evolved into something different.
Do you think Trump will still be president?
Yes, because we'll found the fountain of youth, and he'll just continue to travel in time. Right? He'll have his own time machine.
Yeah.
And he'll be flying through the universe and stopping at different places, going, "You're fired."
And he'll be married
He
to
doesn't do
Ivanka.
that. You know
Ivanka.
that.
Yes.
Evo, what about yourself?
Traveling in the future, I'd be very careful because at current pace, you don't want to go too far because you'll be just a
There's gonna be nothing
post-apocalyptic
left,
wasteland, and there'll be like mutations just walking the earth.
Isn't it
There's
supposed to
gonna
be like in
nothing.
50 years, like we're going to be overpopulated? And
Yeah, exactly. So
world's
I
gonna
wouldn't want to go
implode.
too far away, to tell you the truth, because there's just so much uncertainty right now. Maybe I'll if I absolutely have to,
What are you scared of?
I probably what?
Why are you so scared to see the uncertainty?
It's just
Sadness.
yeah. You said it's temporary.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay. You can come back
Yeah,
to
'cause,
today.
yeah, I don't want to be
You can't
having
go back to yesterday.
a world I
but-
can't participate in. It's going to be just a disaster. So
Here's the interesting question. Like, if you could go into the future and see what happens in 20 years, do you think that would change what you do right now?
Then
Hopefully
that would
not.
negate the future.
More or less Pornhub, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
yeah. So you're basically asking me if I think I'm wasting my life. Right
That
now.
is not the
I am.
that was
that's
not
okay.
the initial question, but your response to it just kind of leads me to that. Because, okay, I'm going to jump in and take over, because I've thought about this for a long time, and I would have 3 places that I'd want to go see. I would want to go see what happens in 50 years, in 1,000 years, and essentially I would want to witness the universe come to a slow
End.
halt. I would be really interested to see what entropy looks like writ large. So those are the 3 areas.
Masochist.
Yes.
Okay, so do you
assuming
think that if you could travel into the future and it ended and then it began, do you think you could get past the end and get back to the beginning and see that beginning?
See, that's one of those freshman college infinity questions that would used to keep us up in the middle of the night.
Some people have degrees on that, and it's
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So entropy always increases, no matter what, in a non-isolated system.
Right.
Entropy always increases. So we're always moving towards disorder, no matter what. The universe is moving towards disorder. So basically, you move in a few million years forward. The universe is clearly expanding, and the temperature is decreasing. So it's basically getting colder. Entropy is increasing. Chaos protons are decaying. So it's basically dread. In a few million years, there's going to be.
So is it? No, seriously. This
You're so
blows
fucking
my
negative, man.
mind. This is what, this is why this is so fucking interesting to me. Is it dread, or are we literally talking about a legitimate gray goo scenario? When we start talking about atoms decaying and breaking down, are we looking at 2 million years in the future, they're just being gray dust?
Well, the gray goo is different. I mean, we're talking about nano assemblers taking over the world and creating great goo apocalypses. But
isn't that entropy? That's my question.
well, that's something I don't want to see.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, what about yourself?
Oh, me?
Where would you go? What would you do?
What would I like to see in the future? I would like to see my cryo-freezed self come back to life and see what happens.
So you want to be there
answer.
looking at
Thank you.
yourself.
How many years?
I don't know.
You don't have to.
Well, I
cryo-freeze
wouldn't
yourself.
know. I'd just like to see when I come back to self. Would I have more wrinkles? Would I have?
No. Wait.
Would I be all perky because I was been frozen for so long? I don't know.
Well, but so you see, the reason for
thing.
you traveling is to avoid the freezing component of it. You don't have to be frozen because you can just travel 400 years.
Yeah, but I don't know that
forward.
now.
And
so
it
if,
was temporary. You had to come back, remember?
oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Sorry.
I wouldn't
So-
go that far ahead.
Okay.
I would go, let's hope it's not that far ahead. I would go and watch the day that Trump and his family and so on got put in jail. That'd be so great. Yeah. Then I could relax.
I'm worried.
Then I could have much more fun in this life.
I can't believe Trump has that much power over you right now that you can't relax.
He's destroying this country, and I feel deeply about this country.
So
He said really nasty things yesterday about a wonderful broadcaster. And instead of saying, I'm so sorry for the loss, he starts with me. Yeah. She was never nice to me, and this, that, and the other.
it's like a little child. It's like a little child. It seems like all of these temper tantrums.
Child.
Temper
Like little baby
tantrums-
Hitler?
Yeah. There's so many of these temper tantrums and these narcissistic, episodes that they start to seem kind of insignificant because there's an sensory overload. But at the same time, they're completely deleterious to the entire morale of the country, to the profile of this country.
Did you realize you just used delititious with this crowd?
I was just.
I'm writing it down right now.
That's like
That
supercalifragilistic.
means it tastes good, right?
No,
What's that mean? Now, what's that delititious?
It's damaging, but worse. Worse than damaging.
Right.
What's that all about?
I will just travel And let's just travel 1 hour ahead so we don't have to endure that torturous podcast.
I was going to say about 7:15. Me too. Yeah.
Hold on for a second, Mr. Taylor. If you could travel into the future, would you? And where would you go?
I'm sort of torn between what Evo said, which is like 3/4 of an hour from now, and watching what I'd be interested to know what happens in the end to Trump and his family. You know, when you look at Russia and China, the bottom line is that although they're still technically communist countries and everything else, you know, eventually they see the light and people change and people become freer. I wonder how deep in the dark have we got to go yet before we come out the other side?
Ain't that the damn question? It is the scariest question of all right now. I'm good.
And if you want any fries, by the way, we have got some
Steak fries
here.
Don't
not
overlook
crinkle fries
the tater
anymore.
tots.
The tater tots are delicious, but they got rid of crinkle fries.
I think that's what I would want to do, as long as I knew that I could come back safely. You know, Star Trek style.
Are we really safe now?
He'll never be in prison. Worst comes to worst, he'll defect.
Buy his own prison.
No, he'll defect to North Korea and have a
he'll
homoerotic
have
relationship
a
with
comfortable life for about
Kim
24
Jong-un.
hours.
It'll
and
be
then he will-
unbelievable.
He'll be disappeared there.
I honestly believe what's going to happen is that he will lose the next election but refuse to go, and
never leave,
and will be around for another 4 years, and then where it's all going to get really hairy is not in 5 years' time. Is in 5 years' time. That's where I think it's going to get
So
really
you think
hairy.
he's going to lose, not leave, and then nothing can happen because he'll just sit in the chair?
I think
He'll
because
Just
He's
sit down and be like, I'm taking my ball and I'm staying here.
No, he's
Yeah, it
fortified the
doesn't work.
DOJ.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
doesn't
do
work
that.
that way. He's got essentially an entire party that is backing him.
Yeah.
And there is a legitimate and this is not like the doomsaying. There is a legitimate possibility. We've seen enough laws broken, enough norms crushed that at this point anything is free game.
There's no more oversight. The oversight committee gets stonewalled.
So what color of ball will he have when he's sitting there saying, I'm not leaving, and he's holding the ball?
She only
Because his balls are all
yellow. What do you
I'm
think?
kind of hoping for blue balls.
Blue balls?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like
The thing is,
blue
he's
balls.
in his 70s now, and
Definitely blue.
whether or not he will be
His mom lived 96, right?
whether or not he will be capable or competent to be president. The point
He's not
is,
competent now.
At that point, right, in
Or
5
capable.
years' time or 9 years' time, right, he could quite easily still be alive. But the people who are supporting him and have supported him have committed so many crimes that they can't afford, even if he's sitting in a wheelchair, gaga, doesn't know what's going on.
Like he is now.
We mortals
Yeah.
aren't going to know that. And
These are all the fears. Yep.
Do I still get my 70-inch TV and some Prozac?
You know
Okay.
what, in the
How
future?
many of you
No,
now have
what with-
changed your answer to the first one to go with me to the day he's let off to prison?
No, I'm still going a million years.
I got no interest. I will achieve like no joy or happiness or anything like that to know
But
that
you
he's
could
no
come back
longer
and
president.
be relieved that it will happen.
Nah.
Well, it will happen someday, and having come from a communist country, I you know, it ended and it changes and it morphs, and
Right.
you know, the really, really bad guy, and for some reason they all have the last name of oh gosh, I'm not thinking of it right now. What was the guy from Mexico who just got imprisoned forever?
Oh,
Guzman. So in Peru, the major terrorist leader, Guzman, he was captured, and things changed.
right.
And so
But
if our terrorist leader gets captured,
Fujimori escaped to
Yeah.
Japan, right?
That's hopeful.
he did. But the thing is that Fujimori, having lived there when he was president, and he did some things that were wrong for sure, but he basically fired a really bad government and he stayed on for too long, so it was a little bit of that dictatorship thing. But he improved that country from the day that I was born until the day that I left more than any other president has ever done. Wow. So everything's very different. Now his daughter has become an interesting character in the whole thing, but I mean,
Is she
none
a
of them are
porn star?
terrorists.
Ivanka Fujimori.
Pornhub.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm way more interested in like the human evolution, not
Okay.
just in,
That's way in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking
see why
about
that would be
human
interesting.
human evolutions and stuff like that, and big words. When did you first discover romantic love, then, Dr. Orlando? What year was that?
I was 6. She was 27. No.
Phoebe Cates.
No. I guess for me, the interesting part of this question is like.
No, come on.
there's
I
this-
didn't ask how.
No,
I
no, no.
just asked when.
The interesting part of the question is there's this presumption that I know what the hell love is, and like I think I
I want to
do.
know what love is. I want you to show me.
This is going to be the singing episode. I can see that already. Put it this way, I can tell you for sure when I was first infatuated. I can tell you for sure when I first thought I was in love. I can tell you for sure when I met my wife. Yeah, I'm not sure that either one of those answers the question that you posed. Like, I don't know how to define romantic love, I guess, is the upshot. I don't know how to safely define romantic love.
Upshot.
And if you're
That's how you define it.
Kathleen, when did you first discover romantic love?
Of course, my dear. It's when I met you.
You guys should have
Christ.
seen her face. It looked genuine.
It was totally genuine, right? First time ever.
if you're asking us when we lost our virginity, that's not okay, Jeremy. Just saying.
I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you equate that with discovering romantic
Yeah,
love.
romance and your virginity.
Well, first discover is the question. What did you first discover?
When did you first discover romantic love? I mean, if we asked Josh, who'd go
probably
off on some
Watching Lady in the Tramp or something. You know,
Yeah,
some
yeah. What,
cartoon.
Josh?
That's
When did you first, you and your beard, when did you first discover romantic love?
I first discovered romantic love when I decided to change my whole life to move to Colorado for a girl. That I would just change whatever it is, my hopes and my dreams, because I felt this thing inside of me to go be with this person in Colorado.
And she
You were
lived in North
gay.
Carolina at the time.
Damn it, you're so true.
What did she have?
Damn it, Evo, you broke Josh.
But what did she have inside you?
What? What?
Would you like
That's
to
what you
tell
said.
Great question.
You said there was
Many a
something
things.
inside me, and I just
Usually
wondered
the other
what
way
it was.
around.
Oh,
She
okay.
leave something behind, or something, or what was that all about?
There was something
How
inside
old were
you
you
that
then?
made you go to
Like
Colorado.
a feeling, like
despite
it was
your
like a
girlfriend
feeling.
feeling, like
Right, yeah.
yeah, that
You have
like,
feelings?
idea once. I moved to Colorado thinking I would.
Now you're all numb.
Now I'm
forever.
black inside, dark and angry.
Tar.
So okay, so whenever you went to Colorado,
Yeah, for
When
this
was that?
girl. That
How
was
old were you?
99?
So you were
No,
like
98.
So you were like 12 then?
So I was like a 9. Yeah, no.
So did it work out
25?
well, or?
No, I
Badly.
she broke my heart,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and I moved back to Lawrence.
Eva,
I
what
changed
about
the whole
yourself? When
existence.
did you first discover romantic love?
Well, you don't ask this question to married people. Obviously, when I met
It's
my
my
wife.
answer, yes.
Yeah. I had a brush.
And she says she's in the audience, Evo's wife, and she
Yeah.
says you can answer for real. I lied.
I had a brush with romantic love when I
Farrah Fawcett?
Like no, I was young and I watched incredible, very touching Ron Jeremy movie. And yeah, but that's very romantic. Yeah.
I was trying to work it
That's
out.
connected, yeah.
66,
You
I
need to
think,
come
for
over
me,
here.
1966.
Oh my God.
1966. Okay, so
Only one being open and honest.
Kathleen, have we asked you?
It's not. It's not
Although
that
I
I
just wanted
wasn't
to go
being
back.
honest. I'm like,
Way to remember your wife, Jeremy.
Orlando.
Well, we
no,
haven't asked you.
I'll say it this way. The first time I thought this is a person that I could spend the rest of my life with, I was radically wrong. But it was with a girl in high school.
What was his name?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong
Yes,
with
I'm secure. I can love a guy. No, it was high school. It was, and for me, the thought legitimately was like, I think I could probably spend the rest of my life with this person. And I obviously didn't know what the hell that meant at the time.
Didn't.
Yeah, and didn't. I'm lucky that I did not. But yeah, so for me, that's like the first notion that I had of romantic love. And then I married my first wife, and that, to be honest, still don't know if that was romantic love or just another horrible decision-making exercise. But I'm kind of comfortable with my wife. Like, I feel like I kind
I'm
of understand.
guessing it's not the first wife.
No.
Okay, that
She's-
didn't make sense to me.
yeah.
I was like, what?
No. So
No,
here's my
definitely
problem.
not.
Number
I don't know that
73,
it's.
I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
Is it
It took a
bad?
while.
Because I feel like it's bad to call her my current wife. I feel like that's like foreshadowing.
You're right. It is bad. Yeah.
So
My present wife?
yes, that's only
That's
slightly
even-
better.
My wife.
Yeah. So I have like
my one and only
yes,
love of my life.
beloved. Yes, and so that's really the right answer. And so I feel like this is right. But I am happy to like proclaim that I am an idiot when it comes to like figuring this stuff out. And so when you say, when did I discover romantic love? Well, I legitimately like don't know. So that was my
So
answer.
after a lot of mocking, let's go to Kay and see what she says.
Oh, well, I'm still like veering on the fact that you're like asking when I lost my virginity, but
No.
so we're not going to discuss that.
No. Let's discuss that.
We've talked a lot about
So
your cat earlier,
many
I don't wanna go
years after high school, I
You lost
did
your virginity many years after high school?
wrong.
Oh.
That was my sister. So we won't say which one.
Is she
did-
older or younger?
I am the baby of the family, so I'm known as Baby K. So you can call me Baby K. I did realize, so with this boyfriend that I really I'd been with for a long time, and I didn't. He had pursued me for so long, and I was.
he did.
Oh, shush. And we went to this place called Knoll, Missouri, where I had previously been in a homemade bikini contest, and I convinced him to be in the homemade bikini contest. And there's a bunch of us, groups of friends, and so you have to like make something funny and then go dance on stage,
Gotta
right?
interrupt for just a second. Was it a grassy knoll?
No.
Okay.
Was it a wool bikini?
No, Knoll.
was
No,
grassy afterward.
Noel. Noel.
Oh, okay.
Like
It became
Knoll,
grassy.
Was
Missouri.
your cat there?
There's no cats. But when he had to go on stage, putting on whatever, I don't even remember what he was wearing, and had to go up with these other guys to like try to, win
Shake
the
his
award.
Jiggle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and jiggle it. Yeah. I remember saying, "Oh my God, if I
That's
didn't."
small.
No, we'd already been there. I was like, if I didn't know that I love this man, I know now, because I was so like worried for him, and he was going so out on this breach of like out of his world and uncomfortableness and that kind of thing. And that was one of the times that I realized that I was in love, and I've been in love about 3-4 times. So, and now I love my cats. There we go.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
have
story.
a question. When did you first discover romantic love? And you're not allowed to use the same answer. I did.
1966.
Oh, okay.
What was his
Summer.
name?
That's probably the same answer.
No, not even.
What was his name?
Jeremy.
And that love has never died. It just grows stronger each day.
Well,
The grip grows stronger.
Gross.
so an unpopular opinion.
Did Evo answer this?
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
Kind of course you did.
he sort of managed to avoid it actually quite well. I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
That's impressive.
Unpopular opinion: are only cats and dogs are really pets? other animals that people keep in their homes are really just amateur science experiments. What do we think about that?
How about goats?
Little baby goats are cute.
Fainting
Yeah,
goats.
big ones are actually
There are no
good
such
pets.
things.
Tree goats.
They're not pets.
Tree goats.
Goats that climb trees.
I used to have a pet spider.
You didn't have a pet spider.
I did.
You had a spider that did not kill you
That was a science
Yeah, but I fed
experiment.
it. I fed it, and I was
in
very.
order to prevent it from killing you.
No, it was
Until
on
one
the
of the
outside of the
cats
window.
ate it.
Well, no, this was when I was a little kid, and I don't know.
What about a ferret?
No.
Or a bunny.
No.
My lawyer has a bunny, and she was just telling
Can you
me
have a pet
about
cow?
her bunny.
Yes.
No. You can have dinner that you haven't decided to cook yet.
So dogs and cats can't be dinner?
Miniature horses.
Not here.
Not here. Where?
In other
in
countries.
America.
No, that's not
Well,
even true
let
in
me
America.
let me
America.
intercede just
There's
one
parts
second.
of-
Clearly, this question has come from somebody who has been looking at the national media a lot recently because there's been a big hoo-ha about comfort pets that you're allowed to take on aeroplanes.
And octopus are not the ones.
Yeah,
Neither
yeah.
are
So
peacocks.
pelicans, peacocks.
That's a different discussion, Jeremy. Though that's
It
the
is.
whole
Horses.
emotional support animal,
yeah,
which is
small
a bunch of
horses.
BS.
Parrots, and all sorts of things like that.
Newts
Are you
and
saying you can have an
orangutans
emotional
newts.
support animal?
Yeah, and parrots, of course.
and the sloths.
I have to
have a
take my
sloth.
hamster with me. It gives me comfort. No.
I
It
went-
All
doesn't.
pets are
Second,
comfort
I-
animals,
I
and
have-
so
Amen to that.
I have an emotional support copperhead. That's really.
I have an emotional support fleshlight. Does that count?
It's not
I
a
have an
pet.
emotional support something that uses batteries. But I mean, come on.
That won't get
I
through
have to tell
security.
you, I've got to tell you, we were going through security in Belfast
Oh,
in the
God.
thing,
And her wand went off.
to go and do a conference.
You always
thing.
have to take the batteries
And-
out before you travel.
And Kathleen's going on one thing, and I'm on the other side, right?
It was
And this
our
thing-
freaking microphone.
And it went
Sure
through.
it was.
And
It was one of these
and the
guys
woman,
in the
you know,
suitcase.
sometimes they make them come back to have another look. And she made it come back to have another look because it was a lot bigger than what she normally
Goodness,
expected.
that's big.
Yay.
Yeah, and there was another guy starting to come across, and I shouted across, "It's a microphone!" And they sort of looked at it, looked up, looked back, and sort of rather reluctantly and sadly, I think, let the thing through.
Yeah.
Wireless mic. Evo.
I had a mule when he was 7 or 8 years old.
You had a
got-
what?
Emil's son,
It's a son.
Emil.
When he was like 7 or 8 years old, he got obsessed with capybaras and wanted to get a capybara. And I tried to.
cappy.
We've been doing this for years,
Tell
so
them
everybody
what a-
knows the names of the children.
Tell them.
Sorry, I
what a
thought you said
capybara
you had a
is.
mule, and I was like, since we're talking about animals, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, and you're from Bulgaria, I don't know. Mules are like a pet.
A pet in
household.
Bulgaria. I
Tell
doubt
him what
it.
a capybara is. Tell him what a capybara is.
Oh, you know what capybara?
No, he doesn't. Like this is not a common thing.
This is the biggest rodent in the world, but it's incredibly cute. It's adorable.
Like this.
It's a giant
It's like a
South
big
American rodent.
marmot.
They're also some of the friendliest animals known in the biospheres. They can be like they can have other animals climb on their heads and they will just sit and
So they're
friendly.
stupid.
Stupid
Are
and
a
friendly.
giant rodent.
And Emil got obsessed with them. There were super cute videos online, and we actually tried to get one, and it was impossible. You're not allowed to have one.
You know, you could have just caught a rat and fed it a lot.
Well, yeah, but that's different. That's a very different animal. It doesn't look exactly like
Rats
a
aren't
rat.
quite as
But
nice.
he wouldn't have known. He was only 7.
Well,
What true?
Some rats who are like pet-sized, whatever you call it, are actually. I know some people who have had rats, and they're like, "Oh my
They're
god,
very intelligent.
very
They're-
intelligent,
yeah.
very nice," and you just
Yeah.
We had a rat for a
get
while.
over
My
it.
daughter did. We called it Lucky. It fell off something of its cage and knocked its eye out. So it wasn't actually all that lucky.
oh,
But
and
why do you think they test rats? Because they do. There is some intelligence there.
because humans are mean. And so I'm just
Lab
saying.
rats.
Okay. We did, my family, my mom was a huge animal lover, and we had a pet squirrel and a pet crow.
Those are not huge animals.
She was a huge animal lover. So, lover. And so anything that fell out of a tree, we had little Kiko George, which is our pet squirrel, and then we had a pet crow who could barely only fly up to our roof.
A guy that fixes the electricity, anything that falls out of a tree. Put him in a little cage, feed him.
Oh, those guys are fun.
Oh my God! Take the ball gag.
My mom is like, what is happening right now?
Cats are not really pets. Cats allow you to feed them. They allow you to live in their house.
You're their pet.
You are
Yeah, you are their
Technically,
pet.
you're the pet of the
Yeah.
cat.
Of the cat, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, we have a cat that is completely convinced that it owes us. And oh my God, I was listening to the funniest podcast on Fresh Air
So
on
not this
NPR.
one.
Not, of course not. But it was about cats, and it was the funniest thing. They apparently created these cameras, color cameras, that they put on cats to find out. These are indoor-outdoor cats
What
to
they do.
find out what they do during the day. And we were listening with Jamie to it. I was rolling on the floor laughing. This guy that had this cat for like 10 years, after attaching the camera and examining the video footage, he discovered this cat has a double life. He has another owner
Yeah.
in the same neighborhood, and during the day goes and spends the day there, gets fed, plays with, gets
Indeed.
petted, and then in the evening comes back home. When he comes home and lives, he has a double life,
He's a
completely
bigamist
two
cat.
owners,
Yeah, I've-
and he had a different name, completely different name in the new place.
They say that 80% of outdoor cats have a second home. And my cat Charlie lived at my neighbor's house 2 doors down for a year and a half. And sadly, my neighbors passed away within a week before Christmas last year. And Charlie didn't know what to do. I mean, she lived at their house. I mean, she literally lived at their house. But we knew that it was my cat. I paid for all the bills, and they got all the love. And so it was a really big transition. But the cat came back, and it's like, well, who's going to be my new?
Day?
No, well, it was like we always came
After
at night.
eating their faces. Yeah.
Yeah,
So rude.
Well, that's
they
true.
passed
That's what
away
they'll
at
do.
Pioneer Ridge, but she came back and was like, "What do I do now? I don't like you enough, and I like them much better. They were cooler than you." And I was like,
Just
"Fine."
gotta find a new lover.
Kate's going, but they're dead.
Yeah.
You've
then-
killed
do
them.
they
Yeah, and
suck
the
their
new
soul
people
out
who
of
own
you?
the home like don't want anything to do with her, so she's like,
Right? Yeah.
"Grr." Yeah.
I've heard
She'll eat their faces.
people in Alaska befriend foxes, and apparently foxes are very tameable, and can become a pet like a dog. Yeah, so.
So, last question in this sort of, would you take hallucinogens
Hallucinogens. Yeah, lots of syllables in there.
to relieve, to find truth or cure depression? Is our society afraid of self-introspection? Dr. Orlando. I want to go to Dr. Orlando for this one.
So I have never taken any non-prescribed medication, never smoked pot, anything like that.
You had a
Really?
beer.
Really?
Oh wow,
Really?
that's
Which is not
amazing.
hallucinogen.
You're freaking. That's rare.
I am super interested in LSD, mushrooms, all that stuff right now, to expand my perception.
Yes, please.
Lawrence?
Yes, please.
Lawrence Police
Yes,
Department,
please.
here we are.
Come on down.
But I
Have
am
enough to share.
also in law school and have to pass a character and fitness exam, so it's not going to happen.
Character exam?
Believe it or not, lawyers have to pass a character and fitness exam.
So
to
if you
pass the
fail, you
bar.
become a lawyer.
No, you pass because you have no character. So therefore, you become.
You
a lawyer.
absolutely have to fail.
So I am, but this is
Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
just probably the most engrossing thing for just sort of the mental process, what is it like, what effect will it have on my perceptions, will it change
Blow your fucking mind is what it will do.
that's kind of what I've heard, yeah. And so it is probably
a really bad idea. Let me help you with
yes.
the end of these sentences.
yeah. But I think about it quite honestly more now than
Return to
any
Pornhub.
other time in my life.
Take acid and watch Pornhub.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Why not?
So For me, it's not a case of being like the fact that I haven't done it previously has nothing to do with the fear of introspection. In fact, like my entire existence is one of introspection. So for me, it is actually like, again, I've talked about it before, grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, like super strict, regimented life, and drugs were just absolutely not a part of it. And so, I'm having a beer right now. I had my first beer when I was 25 years old, just because I decided.
I had my first one when I was like 4.
Yeah, see, I like.
Wow. I'm German.
Okay. No,
we have it
that's
with
a
breakfast.
good reason for.
Well, no,
I'm
we have it
German.
with breakfast.
Yeah.
so
saying.
like
Well,
no,
I mean,
it was just-
if she's German and she's been breastfed, she's had beer.
But my mom was a wasp, so.
So no, it was just like that was a rule. That was what the pastor man said, and so we just didn't do it. And like I lived like that for most of my life, and drugs have just always been this thing that is
Anathema.
Yeah, and so because of that, I've never tried it, and like in all likelihood, I never will. But the idea that there's this entire universe that I am not experiencing because of some like outmoded, like potentially like systematic like oppression to prevent people from having the like it's just super interesting to me, and I'm all about maybe I'll do it like as on my 75th birthday or something like that. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Kathleen,
Oh.
and tell the truth.
No, I've never taken any hallucinogenic stuff, and I'm really not interested. I've never got high. I had a couple of puffs once.
But you didn't inhale.
inhale. It's just not enough of it to do anything. No, it's not for me. I am not that introspective. It's, to me, things are as they are. I'm not religious. I think that anything that you think about as being and so on is in your brain. That's what your brain does. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to mess with the mechanisms in your brain. They're finely tuned, and they can go wonky really easily.
You realize who you're married to, right?
I know. Everybody
You
slips
said
up
finely
somehow.
tuned?
But you don't know that they're not wonky to start. That's kind of the problem.
Not me. I'm perfect.
Oh well, okay. Yes,
you
I'm sorry.
You guys hadn't figured that out yet?
Are. You're so perfect. Love you.
Evo.
I mean, Aldous Huxley, he spoke of the doors of perception and the fact that certain doors within ourselves can only be opened by stimuli. For example, DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the spirit molecule, is produced inside our body in the pineal gland, right? And it also is produced in almost every plant in the world. And it's the active ingredient in ayahuasca, in...
So interested in all this stuff. Keep going.
But
sorry.
but the DMT produces a short time effect, like for just a few minutes, maybe half an hour at the most, whereas ayahuasca is sometimes 5-6 hours. And I'm very interested in it because
And it's from Peru.
hallucinogenics that contain DMT or psilocybin, the mushrooms, they allow you, and we spoke about this last time, to separate from the I, from the narrator that narrates your life from beginning to end. And this is apparently extremely beneficial for connecting with the rest of the universe, with the world. And everybody that has done it says that it has opened their eyes. It literally has opened doors of perception that Huxley was speaking about, that they did not know can be opened at all. So also people that suffer from depression and existential crisis, people who are on their deathbeds and are in constant agony, after taking psilocybin, they're completely at ease. And they don't need any kind of help or therapy. They're at ease with their existence, with the universe, with the world. They feel connected to everything. And they somehow understand that not always lost when you're gone. And there's something beyond them, some kind of energy that exists. And they're at ease. So that makes me very interested. I've never been able to separate from myself, not from meditation or even the isolation tanks.
You are pretty awesome, though.
Sure. But we have somebody here that can talk about this. I don't know if he's allowed to.
You sound like
yeah.
a hippie, and I think you just need to drink more wine.
Josh,
That helps
Josh,
too.
what do you think, Josh?
He's wearing Joe Rogan's shirt. What does he think? He's got the third eye
Third
there.
eye, man. Third
Joe
eye.
Rogan is the guru of DMT.
All of the above. 100%. Done it. Taking a break.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
I believe it takes you to a path of the truth, and I believe what they found science-wise and health-wise that it can help cure or at least help with depression and PTSD and suicidal ideation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
different things like that. So
What about this little crick I got in my elbow?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's stem cells.
I'm not arguing against the medicinal benefits.
You don't like the
things
loss of
that-
control.
It's the mental thing
I'm
that
not-
we're asking about.
I don't care about the loss of control. What I can care about is getting ideas that aren't true and deciding.
But they're
So
true.
you're
They're
saying
inside
your
of you, just
ideas
don't have
are
access
true
to
now?
it.
No,
It's just a
I have a grip on
neurotransmitter.
reality. I don't want people to lose their grip on actual reality.
Yeah, but you like linear reality. But inside of you, there's concepts and ideas that you haven't accessed yet. And what DMT is,
Yeah,
or
and probably if I
hallucinogenics,
had to take hallucinogenics to get them, they'd be pretty weird.
they're just
That's
agonists.
Probably not
Makes you a
true.
Flat
They're,
earther.
you know, there's agonists and antagonists. They're agonists. They activate neurotransmitters in your brain. They activate every serotonin receptor in your brain. It's a really unique opportunity. And all of these ideas, all of these visions, they're yours. They belong to you. They don't come from anybody
Look,
else.
my training's in mathematics.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe that had I been taking hallucinogenics when I was starting a doctoral program, that my ideas and my thinking, my critical thinking, would have been improved.
You might have
I
discovered.
doubt it
Yeah,
sincerely.
you might
So
have discovered some
that's
amazing
a
stuff.
Well, it
disturbing.
might not have been improved then, right? Like it might not have been your time to take it then, but it doesn't mean you can't take it now or later. Like,
Are you
I'm
trying to
think-
enforce
No,
her to
I'm
do
just saying
jokes?
that like there's a time and a place for everybody to do the thing that they want to do. So it may not have been your time then.
Well, if I'm ever
Yeah. I'm just
in
saying that
intense
that's-
pain and going to die someday, and that would make me forget about it, okay then.
It's,
But that's different from
it's-
deciding that you're going to do it for some true insight into the world, because I don't think that's going to happen.
Those hallucinogenics have no addictive properties, but they are Schedule 1 drug. So I hope that at least they will allow more research to be done freely, so people will understand, because there's definitely benefits.
But why can't we just exist as we're supposed to exist and just go
There's
from
the
here to
Because
there?
we
presumption
always
there that we are
looking-
existing as we are supposed to exist.
Because this is all natural stuff.
I'm wrong. I'll drink more wine, as I will, until I die.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh boy.
He did
I don't know where
not
this come from, but
get
it was a question that came
Why
in.
not?
Is
I got facts.
Sylvester Stallone an artistic genius or a super lucky hack actor?
So, can I start?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started with the idea of a super lucky hack actor, which most actors are. You only have 3% chance to actually get there.
Hey,
And
is that a little drool coming in?
no, actually not. Maybe more discussed.
Oh,
But
okay. Just wondering.
as many actors, they have just a tiniest of the percent of a chance to get to be that famous person. And I actually went to high school, graduated in the same class with a very famous actor who I'm disgusted by because he was never in any of the high school shows and he didn't help out. And then suddenly he is now
Who?
been in every
Who?
show. Scott Foley. I graduated with him. Yeah. But as far as going back to Sylvester Stallone, I found out his first thing that he did was porn.
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, no party at Kitty and Studs. What is his intro into, all of that. And so I would say that he was super lucky beforehand, but he worked his way into it, literally.
You're going to say he worked his ass off. Please tell me you were going to say he worked his
Yeah.
ass off.
I was trying to be nice, but
He was in Cocky before he was in Rocky.
well, he's always been very cocky. But apparently, actually, according to my gay friend who's watched this, he said he's not that cocky.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Had to go there.
So, Dr. Orlando, what's your view on Sylvester?
My view is that for many years, many years, Rocky was like the definition of a great sports movie. And that was written by
Him.
Mr. Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And you don't do that like just kind of as a lark and then follow it up with a career that spans decades.
Yeah.
So like my ultimate answer is he's probably closer to a genius than just lucky. On the other hand, there is Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So
Everybody's allowed their one like thing, right? Their one like epic like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that, right?
So that doesn't, the porn doesn't
so
count?
it's not
No,
the porn. It's not the Best Little Whorehouse. It's not
How about that
Rhinestone.
karaoke
Yes.
bullshit?
It's
This
not
is yours.
Tango and Cash.
Right.
It's not.
Right? It's right, the one. Right, the one.
Tango and Cash was cute.
No, Tango and I literally, like my buddy and I went and watched Tango and Cash, and we literally walked out of the theater kicking each other in the ass
That's-
repeatedly.
and
that
for
is a
having
fantastic
that
movie.
That is maybe the
Kurt
saddest.
Russell and Jack Palance.
That was maybe the saddest point in Sylvester Stallone's
Well,
career.
you know, it was weird because he was directed by Andrei Konchalovsky, who is a legendary.
How do you know this?
Well, because Konchalovsky is he's a legendary director. You know, a
Can I
Russian
just
director.
stop you a minute, Eva?
He did the Runaway Train.
Kay has only just joined the team. He knows this stuff. He
just knows shit.
Just
I know
knows
weird
know
stuff
random shit.
too.
But Konchalovsky, you know, he directed Runaway Train, the incredible with
it's a
with
great
Eric
movie.
Roberts and so
Yeah.
on. So he's a great director, esteemed Russian director, and suddenly he comes up with Tango and Cash. That just made no sense whatsoever.
We're still thinking that's a bad movie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Kurt
it was
Russell, Jack Palance.
It was all
I
right.
preferred Turner and Hooch, but you know.
Fair enough. Well, it's got a dog.
Yes, and a very pretty dog.
Sylvester Stallone is the same guy. He plays the same monosyllabic, one-tone character in all of his movies. He's usually
Except for Tango and Cash.
loner. You know.
What about the one where he's the cop? Is it Copland? Is that the
Oh,
one?
it's Shakespearean. It's
It's very early Shakespeare, when Shakespeare was about 10.
yeah. He found the formula. He wrote that script. At further examination, script is not freaking brilliant. It was all right, but the movie is still in the top 10 consistently for sports movies. You know, he found the right formula. He found the right character. This punch-drunk idiot. You know, he wrote like 6 of those. You know, and it's consistently charming. You know, so. He found the formula. He's a good businessman. And he realized that his body, working out his body, is his ticket. So he was always in fantastic shape. He takes home human growth hormone. So he knows what his strength is. So.
Well, to be noted also for Stallone, even though I think I'm going more for the lucky hack actor, is he was the third man in history behind Charlie Chaplin and Orson Welles to get 2 nominations on the same movie, and that was in 1977.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool.
And he's an idiot.
But I still think he's an idiot.
Yeah, very rich idiot.
What does Jeremy think about which one he is? Idiot
Jeremy,
or
have
genius?
you had the servants key up any of the Sylvester Stallone movies?
No.
Yeah.
Can we key up the porn one? Please? Come on.
It's either the little man who plays the
take that
boxer.
trash
Yes.
off the TV.
Yes, he runs upstairs in one of his
Up and
movies. Yes.
downstairs
Yes,
in
yes.
America, in front of your place.
Yes.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to an interesting and salubrious Wednesday Night Undressed. I'm not sure whether our advertising promotions department has actually produced this week again. I've got this horrible feeling that they've let us down.
Yeah, I came straight from practice again, but it's not up to me. It's up to the marketing department. So they did fax me some copy in the last minute. They came up with a
Huge relief.
Just a fax.
I need to get paid this week, you know?
Yeah, I know. We need to get paid. So.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's a 5-pager.
No, 3 pages. Apparently
okay.
Sent by the marketing. We're sponsored today by. Oh hey. Looks like Susan from Susan from the marketing department.
Yeah.
Susan, she has been contacted.
Nice girl.
She contacted
Lovely girl.
a great sponsor. Apparently, she says it's a company called ITWNU Incorporated. It's a corporation. It's a corporation, guys. It's serious.
Wow.
Like the rest of our marketing department or our podcast in general, Susan despises research. So she hasn't found out what ITWNU stands for. So let me Google this in real time here. ITWNU.
Do you want one of us to
Okay,
do it?
it stands for. Oh, fudge! It stands for Internet Trolls of Wednesday Night Undressed Incorporated. Wow. Apparently, there's so many people hating us that they had to incorporate it. Our marketing department has outdone themselves. They've done the impossible. They signed a contract with an entity dedicated to the exact opposite of marketing our podcast. Way to go, Susan.
That explains a lot.
I know. Now I'm contractually obligated to read their copy. These appear to be just statements posted on the internet by the above-mentioned trolls about our podcast. God damn it! Why do I have to do this every time? Why? Here it goes. This one's from #grateful. Hi, I love every moment of not listening to your podcast. Fucking trolls. Okay, this one's from someone called #brainless in Seattle. Hi, just wanted to tell you that after listening to your podcast, my brain jostled out of my skull and is currently stalking the earth in search of a kinder host. Wow. Wow, what an asshole. Okay, this one comes from #I hate your guts. Hi. If Dracula and a Dyson vacuum had a child, it still wouldn't suck as much as your show. This message is from #deflated in Madrid. Hi guys, this is opera tenor and well-known horn dog, Placido Domingo. You are lifesavers. I had taken too many blue pills and had a 6-hour erection. Nothing was helping until emergency personnel administered 5 seconds of your show. Now I am so permanently soft, I changed my name to Flácido Domingo.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
This one is from #underground escape. Hi, I take breaks from listening to your podcast by working in a mercury mine. This comment is courtesy of #fuck you all. Your podcast is so bad, the calendar year decided to have 313 days from now on. That's 365 minus 52 Wednesdays. This one is from #TruckerJoe. Oh, that starts really nicely. Hi, I love listening to your podcast while driving. Off a cliff. And this one is from #Sigourney. Hi, this is Ripley from Alien. Wanted to thank you for saving the Earth. After I played your podcast on a speaker, all face huggers went back into their eggs. This one is from can't wait to see you. Oh, that's promising. Hi, you guys saved my life. Before discovering your podcast, I wanted to kill myself. Now I just want to kill you.
Can't wait to
Gotta
see
have a
it.
goal.
This one is from Ed, Forever Grateful. Wow, thank you guys. The surgery department in our hospital loves you. The price of general anesthesia, $2,500. Your podcast, free. This one is from #Billy Bob. Your podcast is completely unnecessary. Like the Tooth Fairy in West Virginia.
Oh my gosh.
That's not nice. Not to us and not to West Virginia. Oh my God.
Could work
This-
in England too.
This one is from Ed, thank God. Hi, after I lost 100% of my hearing, my wife felt bad for me. Until she discovered your podcast. Now she's envious. And this one is from #Jimmy Hoffa Lives. Just wanted to let you know that since listening to your podcast is considered hard labor, all your listeners have spontaneously unionized. Here's one from #Guantanamo fan. Oh, just wanted to thank you for your service to our country on behalf of the entire Guantanamo Bay staff. Your podcast has done wonders for our enhanced interrogation technique. And finally, this one comes from @Thank God. Hi, this is the show Lost. You're my heroes. Thank you guys for finally making me the second worst show ever. All right.
Want to thank the team again, Kath, Josh, Kay, Lewis, Evo, and me, Jeremy Taylor, Neil, and Eric for being on the producing and getting all the dials done. You've been listening to another Wednesday Night Undressed.